Little bit of you and a little bit of we makes for Tom AP.
Here we are in the 2022 guide to Hollywood Studios. Disney's Hollywood Studios. One of our favorites. So much to do here. I'm not sure you can do it all in a day, but let's take you through all the attractions, tell you which ones you must go on, which ones you could skip, and which ones are good to do if you have the time. Let's check it out. Hollywood Studios 2022 guide.
Come on.
So Hollywood Studios, one of our favorite parks. The first stop here, if you come in, go down the old boulevard and hang a right. We're going to come back to where the Hollywood Tower Hotel in that direction. And to the right is the Beauty and the Beast, where they do it on stage. This is another one that I challenge you to sit there and not sing along, because the live performance really enhances it. Not on a movie screen, this is live. And this is it a must-do? No, but is it a very good to do? It is a good to do. So if you can catch this show, you need to do it. So just past this sign is where you enter, and it's just up here to the right. And they'll let you in roundabout time. And you can see the gatekeeper there keeping it closed, but that's where you go in to go. That's the theater back there, all covered. And have a great time, because it's definitely a good to do. Okay, to the right is the Hollywood Tower Hotel. This thing is our first must-do, you must do of the day. Fantastic. And we took our youngest grandsons on this, and they absolutely loved it. Of course, part of it is they love Halloween, so it wasn't too much of a challenge to get them on it, but they absolutely loved it. I'll try and stick in a quick video of what they did, you know, that Disney video that they give you once you ride this thing. You've got to do this. It is a lightning lane, of course, and a standby entrance. Standby. Can't see what it is right there. There's no sign right there, but it's generally long. So Hollywood Studios by Disney is definitely one of those parks where you just have to get Genie Plus, and you have to pay the extra dollars to get the ones that aren't included in Genie Plus, and that's really what you need to do. Now here comes a little tot. I'm gonna see if he's tall enough to go, and
yeah, he is.
Victory. Victory, he made it. Isn't that awesome? Okay, we're up to Lightning McQueen's Racing Academy. And you know what? It's a pretty cool event. The littler your kids are, the more they'll like this. If they're certainly fans of the movie, you can go in there and get a pretty cool presentation of Lightning McQueen talking to you and doing different things. I don't want to spoil it. A must-do? Absolutely not. A good to do if you've got little kids. A total skip it if you don't have little kids. You can pass on this one. Here we go, Rock and Roller Coaster, starring Aerosmith for now. It's interesting that they call it Rock and Roll Coaster, starring Aerosmith, because maybe someday it'll star somebody else. Who knows? This is another must-do. You just have to do it. One of the best rides in the park. It's all indoor. It does go upside down, and it does have a lightning lane, single rider entrances too if you've got the time. But yeah, Aerosmith, go visit Aerosmith here. It's a must-do. This is a ripper, not for the faint of heart. You have to be 48 inches to ride this thing. So take that into account when you're bringing your party. Here it is right here. So if you're not that tall, you ain't going. Let's find Rhonda May and warp over to the next event. So I usually warp between attractions so you don't have to go through the pain of us walking over, but it's a good time because our next stop is Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway.
Yep.
So let me talk about Hollywood Studios for a minute. This has the most must-do attractions in the park. And the least amount, you can just skip it. And the rest are good to do if you have the time. This park is a challenge for sure to do in one day. And my suggestion here would be to do this park before you do Animal Kingdom, because Animal Kingdom many times can just be a half day. And if you need the time to finish up here at Hollywood Studios, you're going to have it because you can kind of steal it from that day. If you're not totally exhausted and you just want to head for the hotel pool or wherever else it is that you're staying. So that's what I think. This is a challenge, and it's a challenge because it's so darn good. Hollywood Studios, probably the best park. Not the most magical, that's Magic Kingdom. I don't think Magic Kingdom's ever going to give that up. But this has the most to do, and it has the most recent massive improvements like Toy Story Land and Star Wars Galaxy Edge and the new Star Wars Hotel that's going to open, the Starship Cruiser, which is, my God, I mean, I know Elon Musk, Warren Buffett, and Bill Gates had reservations there, but they had to cancel because they couldn't afford it. So, have fun. Hollywood Studios is killer. Let's just cover Eats while we're here, while we're warping over. I would suggest the Brown Derby for a sit-down. Never been disappointed. Always fantastic.
Ice cream shop back there.
Woody's Lunchbox. I mean, they have good food there, but my God, you have to give up a significant amount of your day just to get in there. Again, remember mobile order. It is your friend, and you have to have it in order to be efficient in these parks. The other suggestion I would make is to eat anywhere in Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. They're all good. They're all kind of unique. And I think you need to do that in the year 2022 or you're going to miss out. Hey, we're up to Mickey's and Minnie's Runaway Railway. Another absolute 5-star. You have to do it. Lightning lane, whatever you got to do to get on this thing. This thing is one of the best rides in the park. It's absolute state of the art. The train starts together, it comes apart in boxcars, you do some dancing. It's unbelievable. There's a full POV video that we did on it. You can look back in Time ATV if you need to see that. But you're going to want to go on this. Let me show you. Okay, let me show you this. So we're at Frozen Sing-Along, okay? And Echo Lake is where the boat is. And the dinosaur, where you can get some ice cream over there. So surrounding Echo Lake is different stuff. Indiana Jones Adventures over there. So you can see where we are. So in the immediate proximity of Echo Lake are 3 attractions. There is the Frozen Sing-Along, which you see right here.
We'll meet you where?
There is Star Tours,
Seating area?
and there is Vacation Fun. I'm gonna say these are everything is good to do if you have time. Because you're not gonna have time at this park, I'm skipping it. I mean, look, you want to listen to Frozen again? I don't know. Maybe if you've got little kids and this is a must-do for them, it becomes a must-do for you. But all the 3 things around Echo Lake, you could probably lose. Although Star Tours, if you're a Star Wars fan, you know, maybe that's it. Maybe that moves up. You'll have to ask yourself that, and your Star Wars fans that. So we're heading for Toy Story Land. Okay, Walt Disney presents Walt Disney's One-Man Dream. So it's kind of a show about the man himself. And he's certainly the imagination, but I'm thinking his brother is every bit a part of this thing as he was. But this is the story. I'm not even going to tell you. It is you can watch stuff like this online all day long on YouTube or this or that. But you know, if you can't get on anything and you got some time to kill, typically speaking, you can walk into this when they're showing it. So you know, good to do if you got time, I guess. I'd skip it though. You can see this online.
To Andy's backyard.
So right about here, our grandsons Beckett and crew completely lose their minds. Awesome. Okay, here we go. Another absolute must do. Standby entrance is always long. You have to be 38 inches tall to ride this thing. It is Slinky Dog Dash. So here it is. So littler kids can get on this thing, but if you're not 38 inches tall, you ain't going. Because Isaac is going to bust you. So here we go. Let me show you what's really cool. I'll get around this way. The Slinky Dog Dash, absolute favorite. Now, if you've got littler kids, 38 inches or above, this isn't going to, there's nothing here to scare the tar out of you. It's not like that. But you see that effect right there. See how that roller coaster goes up and down? The reason you have to do this, and let's watch this thing rip. Here we go. Here we go. She's going to go up and around. Don't think this is going to scare the tar out of anybody. But when you get around right here, this really feels like you are sitting on top of a Slinky Dog. Because it makes you feel like you're going forward and backwards and slinging you. So cool. You absolutely have to do Slinky Dog Dash. Just do it, get in line, and do it. We're up to Alien Swirling Saucers, 35-minute wait right now. It doesn't have a lightning lane. I would definitely not waste a pass on that. Yeah, this thing, unless you have real little kids, and I mean real little kids. Oh, So let me give you a little taste of what in the world goes on in here. Basically goes around in a circle. Real little kids probably love it. But let me tell you, skip this at all costs. Even if your little kids are dying to go on it, distract them with something else. This is not worth it. The alien swirling saucer is probably one of the worst rides in the park. Boring. Here's us making a video. You don't get to see that. Rhonda is warping. So how we do this thing where you warp between stuff is you put your GoPro on warp, and you can walk a lot faster so you guys don't get bored. Okay, we're up to Toy Story Mania. 55-minute wait right now. The third ride inside of Toy Story, and you know, it's a good to do, but it's a very good to do. This is almost a must do because no matter how little kitty it is, it's a challenge because it's a shooting game, and if you like competition, you're gonna get it. And if you go on this with me, you're gonna get a punch in the nose because I'm gonna whoop you. Lots of fun, no matter what the age. Have fun, go on this thing. I think it's a must do. You should must do this thing. Now, Voyage of the Little Mermaid, you kinda, well, you used to know it, you used to love it. Right now it's down, so I don't know what's going on over here. Why is that down? It's down today. I didn't see that it was down. Maybe they're refurbishing. I will find out what's going on here and report back. In the meantime, over in this area, you have something that's cool. If you got little kids and they can go to Disney Junior Dance Party, which is in the back right-hand corner of this plaza where the Star Wars launch bay is. Back here to the right is Disney's Dance Party. If you got little kids, take them in there and they're gonna have a blast. If you don't have little kids, skip it. Just to the left of the entrance of Galaxy's Edge here, in where Pizza Rizzo is and the fountain with Miss Piggy, is Muppet Vision 3D. You know, the littler your kids are, the more this moves up the list. I don't know, it's a total skip for me though. You decide, but in a park like this, I don't think there's time for this. Okay, right here at this unassuming cement structure, only identified above by this square medallion, which probably means something to Star Wars fans, but I have no idea what that means to me. Somebody straighten me out on that, would you? Is the entrance to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. So the intention here was that walking through this tunnel was to feel like you were being transported into or onto another planet. And you know what? I think it works pretty effectively. This is some of the queue when they need it for Rise of the Resistance. But it gets cooler and cooler as you go, and bam. Now, Star Wars fans could spend the entire day here and go through every nuance and every nook and cranny. I will tell you that Rise of the Resistance is slammed. So I'm interested to see what the wait time might be. So let's get around to it. Rise of the Resistance, the newest ride. It is, in my opinion, is always right on. Tongue-in-cheek eye roll. Since I'm not shining the camera on me. In my opinion, this is probably the coolest ride in theme parks on the planet Earth. This ride makes you feel like you're in the middle of the movie. Right now, a 195-minute wait. If there was anything you were going to spend money on to take your whole group to through the Lightning Lane, and this is not included in Genie Plus, you have to pay extra. Whatever they're asking you to pay when it's a 195-minute wait is worth it. You cannot come to Hollywood Studios and not go on this ride. You will never forget it. I have a full POV on this ride. We took the 2 little grandsons on it. Highlight of the trip. It is, like I say, this is the ride where you feel like you are actually in the movie. You are taking part in it. It's spectacular. You have to do it. Do not come to Hollywood Studios and not do this ride. Now, come on, people. Do this. Which costs a fortune to get into. Will we be going? Yeah, we'll definitely be going because we like to waste money, and I think when we go in there, we'll probably be burning $100 bills.
Are you sure you want
That'll be a
that?
savings. So that's the new entrance. Just next to the stage, where sometimes there's some activity going on, never too much, but when the stormtroopers come out and talk to the gang and the kids and whatnot, it's pretty cool. What we have here is the iconic Millennium Falcon, which has landed, and just a super cool part of the park. Here, the Smuggler's Run on Millennium Falcon, where you get to drive it in the front and be gunners in the back. I've never been in the back because I'm always kind of a jerk and I want to be a gunner. I want to drive, so I don't know what's up with that. I need therapy. But this is a absolute must-do. You got to do it. Less time to wait than Rise of the Resistance, but it's super cool. Right now, it's a 60-minute wait. Lightning Lane, do it. Just you're gonna really enjoy this. There's only a few people in each cockpit of the Millennium Falcon, and it's just outstanding. You have to do this one. Must do. Must do. Did I say must do? So Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, just a lot of people's favorite park by a mile, or should I say by a galactic light year. Ooh, see what I did there? Ha-ha! So the last thing at Hollywood Studios, did I miss one or two things? Oh, probably. But they're in there practicing, they're whipping whips in there. Indiana Jones Epic Stunt Spectacular. This has just recently began doing shows again, and it's definitely a good thing to do. I think if you've done this in the past, I don't think there's anything new to see here. If you've never done it and are a fan of the series, it moves higher up your list. Get it if you can. Show times, which are right here. Let me show you. Their current show times. And if you can zip in on that thing and it kind of works, that's great, because I think you'll enjoy it. Indiana Jones, last thing on the list. So Rhonda May and I have some lunch scheduled right down the way here. So let me finish up with Hollywood Studios by reiterating it's our favorite Disney park, for sure. Well, Magic Kingdom is Magic Kingdom, and then there's everything else. But of the everything else, this is by far the coolest park. So let me just reiterate what's important. You have to do Genie Plus here. You have to do Genie Plus because you need time here. If you have to do this in one day, then you have to prioritize in a major way, because you want to do the best of the best and none of the rest. And you're going to sacrifice some of the good rides too. Okay, so that's the way it is. By the way, go over to that dinosaur and get some ice cream if you can. That's kind of cool. And I think that's going to do it. Brown Derby for food, Galaxy's Edge anywhere in there to have something unique. Enjoy yourself. Best Disney park besides Magic Kingdom. And if you include Magic Kingdom, in my opinion, it's still the best Disney park. There's so much to do. If I had to sacrifice one of the other 3 parks to get this one, oh my gosh, that's tough. I think it depends on how old your kids are. If your kids are young, you've got to not go to Epcot. That is definitely an adult's park with some rides mixed in. But it's a foodie and it's a food and a booze park, but it's a lot of fun if you're an adult. Maybe if you got little kids, you don't go to Epcot, because you could certainly do 2 days at Hollywood Studios and you would not regret it. You could do a lot of it. You could do most of it. So that's what we have. That's your 2022 guide on Hollywood Studios. Where else would you rather be than learning about all of the parks in Orlando on Tom ATV?